Yes.
Yes, what?
You gotta sit up here.
Oh, I gotta sit up here?
Yep.
So,
All right.
so okay,
Oh,
so
She's going to do from here because this is all related to the surgery.
Oh, I thought I did.
No, you're just.
Okay.
yeah,
We can talk about this because we spoke about our teacher. They said we got two separate groups.
We're working on it.
Okay, so tell them don't worry about it. Okay.
Saying we were trying different layouts. Good morning. Good morning, OTS. Woo! All right. And good morning to all of our guests, too. And I want to thank you for joining us because this is really awesome. We do want to reach out to the IT community and IT community, I don't want to draw a hard line on that. I want you to understand IT is in everything we do. We all do a little bit of IT, and it's really important. And that's kind of why we're doing the survey that we're going to talk to you about this morning. First, let me introduce, I'm Janet Vogel. If you're new in this crowd and I haven't met you, welcome. Today, we're going to go through, and for those of you that are on the phone or on WebEx, I'm just going to tell you what's on the agenda. I'm going to say welcome. Check. I'm going to make some introductions. We're going to talk to you about the workforce, the IT workforce initiative that we've kicked off within OTS. We're going to explain the survey to you so that you understand what you're going to get, and then we'll probably close it up. Our agenda and the time we have on here is less than an hour. If I speak really fast, we can get it done in about 10 minutes. Either way, however it works out, I think there'll be time at the end for questions. So we'll probably finish our formal portion, and then we'll stick around and can talk to you about any questions you have or concerns. And it doesn't have to be related to the survey. Right? Okay. Pause for questions. Okay, thanks. So first thing I want to do this morning is let you know that we have a new director, a deputy director of OTS, and that's George Hoffman. And George has worked with KPMG. Did you do that?
no, I did.
Okay. With KPMG.
I have no knowledge, Senator.
G did. Okay, don't start. Okay. I said 10 minutes. Okay. So George has a lot of background on the fee-for-service area and from the commercial side and brings that view. And this is related in some ways to our interest in behaving more like a business. And George is going to be able to share that knowledge with us. He has passed all the screenings, all the way through Andy Slavitt and all the ethics. So he has been totally cleared. He tried to start here on the blizzard day, during the blizzard, and had to wait. That was just sort of to build up the anticipation. Right. So he's got all that extra energy and is just jumping right in. And I want to give George the opportunity to say a couple of words, anything particular we should share with this whole IT community.
Sure. Well, I guess we're kind of departing from the script because she told me I'd get an extra day off this year for every 5 minutes that I could talk about myself. And I guess that's not going to happen. But no, so like Janet said, I mean, I grew up working at a company called VIPS, which is now GDIT. Some of you may have heard of it. Doing fee-for-service. I was a programmer in pricing, so I did the annual pricing updates, and at some point in time became part of our commercial software development group. And I wound up running that for a good number of years where, yeah, we took it from everything from conception of product through, coding, testing, deployment, customer service help desk, data center. So I've got kind of a wide variety of experience. I've done a couple of things, but people have been asking me over the last week and a half, where do you live? And I said, well, I used to say I live in Reisterstown, Maryland, but now I said, acronym hell. Because even though I knew CMS as a contractor for a good number of years, I was meeting with some of the group directors last week, and I swear there was a conversation that went on for 2 minutes. There were exactly 10 English words that were used, and all the rest were acronyms. And so, I applaud you guys that you all know what they mean, except for one exception. Somebody mentioned IRMA, and I said, what does IRMA stand for? And everybody looked at each other, and they kind of went, I don't know. And I went, okay, so I don't feel so bad. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I am an Agile evangelist. I did a transformation of my Agile organization, the software product group, a few years ago. People say, how long have you been doing Agile? I said, I've been doing it for 6 years. I've been doing it well for 5. Because the first time was kind of a crash and burn, but I learned a lot, about how to do things. And, you can't change one part of the organization without changing all the other parts that it interacts with. So something to keep in mind as CMS goes through this process of trying to adopt more Agile practices. And Agile can be adopted to any part. I mean, we had a help desk that was following Agile practices. We had a data center that was following Agile practices. You find the right tools that work in that particular venue. So it's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to getting my geek on with you guys when we talk about those kind of things. And having mentioned geek, my inner geek, I like to let out once in a while. My friends disagree. They say it's never really in, it's always out. But, funny fact about me, I actually took off of work on December the 18th to go see the new Star Wars movie and was proud of it, So anyway, if you have an interest in geeky things, please stop by. Thanks.
Thanks, George. What's up next? All right, well, I'll forego the advertisement for our NEO session, so all new employees in OTS will have a special session to go over our work in general later this month. And jump right into the topic for today. So I want to relate what we're doing to some of the strategic priorities that Andy Slavitt, our administrator, has set out for us. Andy is a real practical person, very good manager, and he keeps it real. And so what we're doing is we're following some of these things through that are the essence of the change in our agency. And to do this, we were fortunate enough to bring in some help, and we were able to engage the services of SACON and coordinating with Learning Tree International. So I want to welcome Dr. Angela Wilson from SACON, Terry Yarborough, project, and also Anthony Mazzarella. Is he here? Here he is. There he is. In addition, we have Dan Mannion from Learning Tree. So you can see a couple of the strategic priorities that they're going to try and help us achieve. Continue our leadership role, provide consumers, beneficiaries, the tools to thrive, and position CMS for the future. These are really critical for us. So as we get into how does this apply to me, those are great goals, but we usually say, what does that mean to me? I just want to share this information with you. If you look at the 2010 information, you will see that we had a split in Medicare and Medicaid and other services. So about a 30-30-30. More traditional fee-for-service was the way we paid claims and health care in our country, right? You all support that. In 2015, as part of our initiative to move away from volume of payments to get to value, so our path to value, we're already seeing changes. So in CMMI, they're designing new models to pay for health care that bring in calculations on how well did the patient get, how fast, how effective was the medicine, how did we change our treatment so that the beneficiary, that patient, was healthier. Do we start treatment sooner? They brought in a lot of research, and CMMI's helped design some of these new models of payment and communities of healthcare that have already started to make a difference. So you can see in 2015, we're really shifting. Now the goal is by 2020 to have even more healthcare in those value-based payment areas. And that's what we're working on. Some of you hear us talk about MIPS APM, more acronyms, SSNRI, another acronym, but I think George knows what they are already.
I got those.
Right, so those are value-based payment, removing the Social Security number from the from the Medicare card, and a lot of the things that are going to move us into the future. So I just wanted to share this information with you so that you could see we're already shifting, and to be able to support that, what we do in the technology field has to change. We have to get better, we have to get smarter, and we have to keep up. All of that on top of maintaining our legacy capabilities, because we haven't let go of all of those, and some of them are the basis for some of the new models. So if we give ourselves credit, we were pretty smart to be able to handle all the work that we already had. We have to get smarter because we have new challenges. And in the IT field, I see so many people that love that challenge. And that's one reason I really like this field, is because the people love a challenge, we love it, we run to the challenge. What else can we do? How can we solve that problem? And here, that's another reason I wanted you to see this. We have a challenge ahead of us that's exciting and very meaningful. So that kind of led us into our workforce development initiative for OTS. So as we look at the workforce here, we want to make sure that we have the right skills and that we can develop the skill, that we can keep people. So many of our efforts, including our communication within OTS, we can communicate between the groups and individually to help share knowledge. We have technical topics, or George's Tech Topics, where we try to bring in speakers and expose ourselves to new ideas and different thoughts and expand our knowledge base. We've initiated surveys for employee engagement. Some of our groups had done that individually in the past. This year, we did it across all of OTS, and we'll bring you those results soon. Those will help us in different targeting areas for additional improvements. You can see we have workshops and training, even things like an exit interview give us information on what we can do to improve our skills and improve the workforce. Okay. So I'll go ahead. We have, great. All right, so part of our efforts is to re-energize our training. We have a lot of opportunities for training, and we need to make better use of those. So this strategic initiative is going to help us meet our challenges of the future, a lot of the new legislation that's coming, and to keep our skills brushed up. So we need a path for this, and that's where we are today. A path to get there. You know, it's nice to say that, but how are we going to get there, and what are we actually really going to do to accomplish this? We needed to start by assessing the skill level that we have so we would know where to go. We also need to build a path for different career paths that gives us a list of learning that we can see and that we can, as a leadership, that we can offer so that all employees can follow that path to achieve different levels of skill. This also isn't just technical skills. If you know me, you've heard me say, we're in the people business. So as an aside, you will see a lot of technical skills in the survey itself, but there are boxes where I encourage you to fill in any kind of soft skill area that you think is important. So BJ is going to go through the survey itself with you, but I just want to plug a couple things. It's structured a certain way for a certain reason. But those boxes that you go, oh, I just got to get this done, I'm going to skip over this blank box, you know, comment here, no, next. Stop for a second and add in there what you're thinking at the time. Whether you think it's relevant or not, give us that information, give us your thoughts, because that may be the spark to the next thing we do, or the next thought, or the next opportunity. So don't feel limited. I know it's a survey, but there are enough blank spaces that we really want you to fill in. Okay. Next. All right. I think we've said that. All right. So here's our roadmap. So, of course, we have to diagram this out, right? All our programming background requires this. We're going to collect the information, assess the frequency of the IT and the soft skills. So we're going to look at the data that comes in. We're going to rank it, and then we're going to plan the opportunities. So building the curriculum is the first thing. What do we need to know? And then we're going to build ways to get that available. So it could be that we have a particular need, and there are 5 ways that we know you can get that skill. So we'll build that curriculum so that you can choose on how you want to progress through that path. So here's our timeline. We're going to open the survey, give you some time to take it. Then all of our helpers and people in the front office that have been working on this, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to develop the curriculum, and hopefully by mid-April have that available to share with you. So it's going to take a few weeks, but be patient. If anything changes, we'll get back to you. We have your names and your email address. So at this point, I want to turn it over to BJ, who is going to go through the actual survey. So BJ Brown, come on up. Do you want to sit down?
All right, good morning, everybody. So I just want to go over a few slides to just show you, give you kind of a look of what you're going to see. Today, after this meeting, we're going to send out a broadcast and to the other components that are joining us, and it's going to contain a link. When you click on the link, this is the first page you're going to see. And if you take a look at the questions, one is going to ask if you're in OTS or not. The second one is what is your current CMS position, but it also gives you a blank space if it's not listed there. And number 3 is it's what's going to determine which survey you're taking. If you click yes, you're an IT professional. And please take note, you can be doing IT now, or you could have done it in your past. So if you've done it in your past and you have IT experience, we want you to select yes here. If not, select no. So this will be the next screen if you select yes. These are some examples of the IT questions. And if you select no, it's going to take you right to the soft skills. And this will you won't have the entire 15 questions to fill in. So it's 15 if you're IT, it's less than that if you're not. Also, I want to just bring to your attention that when you start the survey, you need to go through it and complete it. If you kind of log out of it and start something else, or if you walk away from your desk, it'll time out. You'll have to start all over again. So I just want to make sure no one goes through that. Let's see. And this is where Janet was talking about the empty box, where she wants you to fill in if it's not listed there. Here's some examples, and we're going to send this PowerPoint slide out today, so you'll have these examples at your reach. Here's some examples of some generic IT skills that aren't listed in the survey, as well as some additional soft skills. These are not all inclusive, so if there's something that's not here that you want to put in that box, please feel free to do so. And also in the broadcast that you're going to get, there's going to be an OTS Boss resource, email resource box. If you have any questions, please submit them to us and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, one more thing. It's kicking off today and it's going to end on February 26th. So you have about 2 weeks to take it.
Great. Yeah, BJ reminded me the responses are anonymous, so they won't be attributed to you. So maybe I want to take back what I said about filling those blank spaces in any way you want. Or not. Okay, so here is the survey link. Like BJ said, you're going to get the slide deck after this meeting. And there's a resource mailbox to answer questions. You can call us. We're going to help you with that. One thing I noticed when I went through this is that it didn't have as many questions about IT contracting or core work as I had thought. But that really makes us realize what we take for granted. I just figure that's a natural part of any IT job. And I would have put that in one of those other boxes that was left open, because those skills really do get integrated for us to be able to get our job done. So, all right. Before we close, George, is there anything you'd like to share with us?
Just real quick, the link, it's safe. As your data guardian, I had to be sure to tell you that, okay? So we do want to encourage a lot of participation, so don't be afraid. If it matches that link, it's safe to click.
And thank you for that, data guardian. George is our data guardian, so thank you. And thank you all for coming and for participating. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
Q&A?
30 minutes.